And there, a bit earlier, the Heat getting mentally and physically ready. Welcome, everyone. This is the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan, ready to bring you all the action along with Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr. And now time for the State Farm opening lineup. And guys, what are we going to be looking for in this one from Anderson Varejao?
Well, I love the way Varejao plays the game, guys. He's what every coach and GM wants from their post players. Someone who's going to give you all they have every game, fight for every loose ball, every turnover, take charges, flop when he has to, become an irritant, and he has a major impact on the game in many areas.
Yeah, you know what? Varejao is another guy who's able to take charge. He knows when to give and when to slide in on a driver, and because of it, he draws a good amount of offensive fouls. We'll see the Miami Heat defending home turf in the Eastern Conference. Last time they met was right here, and they came out with the win.
Yeah, they did everything well in that game. Solid across the board, particularly at the offensive end.
Yeah, the definition of teamwork, Steve. Passing, catching cleanly. They worked extremely well together all game long.
And it's Irving missing. On defense, the Cavaliers. Last game matched up with the Magic. A tough loss there.
That was a tough game for them to lose, guys, because they really played well throughout the game.
I agree there, but despite the result, I think they can definitely take some positives away from it.
The Heat shooting their first free throws of the game right now. That one is off.
It's been no postseason action for Cleveland since LeBron James left. Overall, it seems the franchise goes on these spurts of making and not making the playoffs. I don't think they'll have to wait too long before getting back there, though. A lot of good young players in the Cavs system.
Getting back, Clark, to what you said about Cleveland, postseason not a problem for them, but the franchise still looking for their first championship.
Well, they came close. Remember 2007, they made the finals, although they did get swept by San Antonio, but that was when LeBron James was around. And ever since the trade, or I should say the defection of LeBron, ultimately it was a sign and trade, but ever since LeBron left, they've been in rebuilding mode here.
Defensive violation. Hit his foot. And they're saying he kicked the ball. Here's the kid, covered by Irving. The kid. And count the bucket. And that reminds me, did either of you guys see him in that last press conference?
With him, it's always team in his answer. He's always about the team, and he never lets himself get dragged into a conversation about himself for very long at all, guys.
And, reporters may not like it because he's not going to give you the most exciting sound bites over and over again, but you know what? Those comments do send a clear message to the rest of the organization that he's on board with what they're doing.
Open look. Johnson.
Good by Juwan Johnson.
Well, when you look at head coach Eric Spoelstra, a lot of pressure on him early on when the Heat went out and acquired the big three. And for a young head coach, there were a lot of questions about whether he'd be able to get them where they needed to go and command their respect.
I'm not sure if any play is going to top that one.
Maybe the only play that could beat it is another alley-oop jam.
Yep.
Even then, it'd be hard to execute it any better than that one.
And LeBron throws it down.
From D-Wing.
Here's Irving, averaging 20 points per game. You know, you talked about the pressure for Eric Spoelstra, the Heat coach. You know, there were signs that relationship with LeBron James was only probably so-so. But maybe, you know, as things kind of iron themselves out, they seem, Steve, to be in a better place.
Well, there was so much pressure on the organization that I think everybody was on edge. And now that they've won that championship, Kevin, I think Spoelstra will be more comfortable in his own shoes. I think LeBron and Wade and Bosch will have more confidence in him. And I think you're going to see Spoelstra really grow now that they've got that championship under their belt.
Here's Irving. The Heat getting the bucket. Waiters dishes to Miles. Kicks it to Waiters. Ball's knocked loose. Here's Varejao. It's hauled in by the Heat. They're coming off that win against Philadelphia.
And, you know, when you shoot and score like they did in that one, Kevin, it covers up a lot of mistakes that you make in other areas.
And early on, Steve, they got hot as a team, and it pretty much lasted the duration of the game.
Isn't it amazing, guys, how quickly Kyrie Irving adapted to the pro game? Played only 11 games his freshman season at Duke before declaring for the draft, and was fantastic with Cleveland his rookie year, winning Rookie of the Year award, in fact.
And it's good. Irving's got his first points in this one.
Beautiful double clutch. Great job to get the shot past the defender.
Now Haslam inside, and there's the 3-second call. This one on the defense.
At the line for your
You
Heat.
talk about where Kyrie Irving's rookie season stacks up. His player efficiency rating was higher than the rookie ratings for Derrick Rose, Tyreek Evans, Mike Conley, or John Wall.
Well, you know what? His rookie performance statistically stacked up pretty well to Chris Paul's rookie season. That tells you an awful lot about what Irving did.
Gallinari, he's checked in for Miami. Zeller, he's checked in for the Cavaliers. Clock at 4. That drops.
LeBron
Good
James.
field goal percentage shooting to this point. They're really knocking down their shots.
Yeah, hot start offensively has them in full control here. They're in the driver's seat, no doubt.
The Cavaliers trail by 8. Irving with it. Coming in off a 41-point performance last game out. Pass to Miles. Dishes to Zeller. Pass to Thompson. Shot clock at 6. Takes the 12-footer and hits. Thompson's got his second bucket tonight. A lot of answers, but still a lot of questions for how the East is going to ultimately shake out this year. But right now, let's check out where the team stands. Taking a look at Miami. And, of course, the Cleveland Cavaliers just way behind.
Well, right now for the Cavaliers, they just got to learn a few lessons from what they're going through this year. I mean, to use that experience to make sure that they grow from it.
Well, you always want to be getting better, Clark, so I like what you're talking about. Sometimes you can learn from adversity, learn from your mistakes. That's what this club has to do from here on out.
A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Kevin, thank you. I caught up with Eric Spoelstra. I asked him if there was an X factor in this game, a player they couldn't forget about, and he said it would have to be Tristan Thompson, the power forward out of Texas. He said Thompson is still developing from a skill standpoint, but his motor is really off the charts. You always have to find him and get a body on him when the shot goes up, because the guy never takes a play off. Guys, they've been forewarned. We'll see if they take it to heart.
Great. Thanks for the report, Doris. Now, here is Irving. And the jam by Tyler Zeller. The Heat leading by 4. Here's the kid. Out of bounds. Cleveland will take possession.
Man, I don't know what happened right there. He just basically walked out of bounds.
And the Heat going with the whole new group on the floor. And Waiters kicks to Miles. Irving, 13 feet away. Gets it to go. Irving's got his second bucket.
Well, that's his shot. He is really proficient from that mid-range.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's the kid, covered by Irving. Outside Lewis, and that is good.
Rashard Lewis.
Lewis has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Now, here is Irving. Tries from 10. Waiters. Another shot. Shot's good by Samuel.
Well, you're not going to get a more high-quality look than that. Terrific offensive rebound there.
1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. It's the Heat.
And coming soon, the #1 selling, #1 rated NBA 2K14.
Well, it's been a tight one so far as we get the second quarter going back here. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Heat?
And a good start for this club. I like the way they played together, really moved the ball and did a nice job offensively.
Yeah, excellent ball movement, and it's paid off on the scoreboard, too.
The kid, he's in at the point. Wayne Wade and LeBron James at the 2 and 3. Haslam's out there with Gallinari. It's the group on the floor for Miami. Irving with it. Wade picks him up. The kick out to Irving. A 3-ball, and the shot is good. Irving's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
That's a defensive let-up right there. I mean, they've got to close down on him quicker when he's in 3-point range.
The feed now to Haslam. To the inside. Here's the kid. And it's Irving with the rebound.
That's terrific defense right there to prevent from converting in close.
And Cavs coach Byron Scott, of course, a distinguished playing career, 14 seasons, mostly with the Lakers, where he was part of that Showtime crew. He won 3 championships with L.A.
Back door.
Wade outside. The 3. And again, Miami with the triple.
They love to see him aggressive like that when he's on the floor, especially when the defense gives him room.
And here is Irving. He's got 9. Feeds it to Miles. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. Miles has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
And, you know, going back to Byron Scott, actually a contemporary of mine when I was playing in the NBA. He's a good leader and an excellent communicator and motivator. Scott really knows how to hold his players accountable and get them to reach their optimal level. I like the way he does his work.
And he knocks down the first one.
Yeah, he's sort of the guy they look to offensively, not necessarily in any one area, but just in terms of his all-around game.
And the other thing about him that stands out is his body control in the air. Some guys are strong on the ground. This guy is strong in the air and can improvise his shot if he needs to.
Here's what Miami's going with right now. Rashard Lewis. He's checked in for Gallinari. James Jones comes in for LeBron. And Mike Miller subbed in for Dwayne Wade. That's a blocking foul, and he'll shoot free throws.
Boy, what a tremendous rookie season it was a year ago for Kyrie Irving. And the thing you forget, he had to take the whole summer off going in just to rest his foot. Played only 11 games his freshman year at Duke.
He feeds it to Parker. From down in the low post, it goes. And the Cavaliers lead by 3. And you go back to that summer off for Kyrie Irving. You said it was the hardest 2 months of his life.
Well, not being able to work on his game for a guy who has his ability and loves the game the way he does. In fact, in the anticipation of starting your NBA career, nonetheless, it was worth the wait. This young man is special.
Cavaliers have gone 6 of 9 in the second quarter. Some good work from the field. Here's Pargo. Miles the pass to Waiters. He dishes it to Bergeron. Just 5 to shoot. LeBron with the block. Here's the kid. We saw him go on a scoring rampage last game. And the Heat, another 3.
Well, that was a nice start. After having a good first quarter, he's showing us more of the same here.
Dish now to Waiters. Over Wade. And again, it's Cleveland. And so here is Miami. They host the Kings after this game. They'll find themselves in the middle of this string of 3 straight at home. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Doris Burke. Hey, Doris.
Thanks, guys. The kid in their last game against the 76ers was superb. He finished with 48 points. Numbers like that make you anxious to see what he can do next time out.
Thank you very much, Doris. Not a huge surprise for him, Clark, to come out with such a mission-like attitude.
It really isn't. I mean, it's part of his mental fabric, which he likes to play with. A lot of his focus is required to deliver a game like he did.
Yeah, he likes those situations. He likes the pressure. He seems to thrive in those circumstances. And boy, he came up big.
The 10-footer. Rebound by the Heat. Johnson's got his 3rd rebound on the night.
And I think whichever team... Throw that! Oh, man! That was a real...
Mark it up. Can you believe that dunk? I mean, that was first class right there.
I'm not sure I can believe it.
I don't know how he was able to execute the reverse in such tight quarters. Incredible.
And the highlight reel replay brought to you by Sprite. Good stuff. Here's Cargo, kept alive. There's 1:40 left to play in the first half. Waiters dishes to Thompson. Knocked loose, and it's out of bounds. The Cavaliers able to retain possession here.
So a moment to see the story on Tristan Thompson. How the last month of basketball was for him, 4th in blocks. And there aren't too many guys more efficient offensively around the league. He's in the top 15 in field goal percentage.
And Steve, you said it. I mean, he ranks in the top 5 in blocks per game, and that puts him in his rightful place as one of the most feared defenders in the league right now.
No good from Herringody.
He got the shot he wanted off that pick, just couldn't get it to fall.
But Steve, they'll take that play all day long, 10 times out of 10. That was good action.
And Haslam backs down, and it's Dion Waiters with the foul. That's his first foul. Kyrie Irving, he's checked in for Jeremy Pargo. We've got 1:18 left in the first half of the game. And that'll be Miami as it goes out of bounds. The Heat retain possession. And while we have a second, let's see which squads have topped the league in assists during the past month. The Heat in 5th.
And what really stands out during this recent stretch is just how well they're passing the ball. This is a club that is very unselfish.
Just 3 to shoot. Here's the kid. Misses, and he wants that one back.
Great look. Disappointing result.
You know, most times he knocks that one.
Oh,
ridiculous.
Tore it down that time. Don't do that to him. That was fantastic. Wow.
And Clark, the degree of difficulty.
Major.
That was amazing.
Here's Lewis. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Well, if you had to guess who the highest paid player in the NBA was, you might guess Kobe Bryant, but you probably couldn't figure out who's number 2. That's Rashard Lewis. Got that big contract while putting up some big numbers in Seattle years ago. Orlando gave him that large deal, but hasn't quite been able to live up to it.
Luke Walton's checked in for C.J. Miles. The Heat have gone 8 of 15 since we began the second quarter. Excellent shooting. Here's the kid. Drops one in from the wing. The Kid's got 11 points in the quarter. Guys, no one team gaining control early on.
Give and take, back and forth, the whole way thus far.
Yeah, 6 lead changes already, and as Rasheed Wallace once said, both teams playing hard, my man.
James Jones, he's checked in for Miami. Brewer comes in for Mike Miller. Cleveland also making some changes. Samuels comes in for Zone, and Daniel Gibson subbed in for Waiters.
He got off to a slow start. It took him a little while to get into the flow of this game, but he's turned it on here in the second.
Here's the kid. Again, the Heat, good for 2.
Got such a good feel for his shot today, in a really good groove.
Here's Irving. That misses, would have counted had it gone in. Close game as we wrap up the second quarter.
Your Heat.
Heat lead by 1.
The Cavaliers.
We'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.